Hello everyone, and welcome to Joanne's Kitchen. How's everybody doing today? Welcome before I get y'all on that. Welcome to Joanne's Kitchen. To my new subscribers, thank you so much for choosing to subscribe to my channel, and welcome. I'm glad you want to be a part of my family, YouTube family that is. So, to the ones that's, I'm sorry, like I'm lost for words today. To the ones that's watching this channel for the first time, go ahead and take the time to subscribe and be sure to tap that notification bell so every time I upload a video, you want to be notified. And once again, to my new subscribers, thank you so much for choosing to subscribe to my channel, and welcome. Today's I'm doing smothered ribs, okay? And it's a lot of different ways you can do like smothered ribs. You can fry them and then take them out and make a gravy to them and do them like that, or you can parboil them and then make a gravy to them. Today I'm just going to be putting them fresh into the oven and making my gravy like that. So when they get done, they already going to be in gravy. You understand what I'm saying? So it's an easy recipe. It's not hard at all. Now I already seasoned my ribs and everything. I cleaned them last night. I was so tired last night, y'all. So but I seasoned the ribs and I cleaned them, and I let them stay in the refrigerator overnight. So I just took them out a few minutes ago. So I'm gonna show you the ingredients that I use to season them with, and we'll be ready to go. So all I'm gonna do is cut up some onions and some bell peppers, put the gravy in them, and they're good to go in the oven until they get done. And my gravy is like I want it to. Okay, so let me show y'all the seeds that y'all gonna need. Kind of block y'all out some. Okay, so you know when I get ready to season my ribs, right, I use olive oil, and I just pour the olive oil all over my meat. Now if you don't have olive oil, this is extra virgin olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, canola oil, avocado oil, whatever kind of sunflower oil, corn oil, whatever kind of oil you use, pour it all over your meat. Then you're gonna need some accent salt, black pepper, kosher salt, okay, paprika, soul food seasoning. This is what I use. I don't use Larry seasoned salt, but if you have Larry seasoned salt, you can use that. Okay, this is what I use. Garlic powder, and last but not least, you're gonna need some onion powder. Okay, and did I say Worcestershire sauce? You're gonna need some of that. Okay, now so after you season your ribs, after you put your oil on the ribs, then you're going to turn around and season it. And then after you season them, you're going to take some of this Worcestershire sauce and just pour. This was a full bottle, okay? When I opened it last night, it was a full bottle. Can you see how much is in there? That's how much I use in the ribs. And you're just going to pour it all and massage it into that meat. Layer your meat back up in your baking dish. Sit it in the refrigerator, cover it with aluminum foil. And this is what it looks like, okay? So, y'all excuse me about that. I'm sorry about that. So let me block this out a little bit. I'm going to take this and I'm going to add in some onions and bell peppers, okay? So, but before I add in the onions and bell peppers, let me get them chopped up right quick, okay? So let me get my knife, and we're just going to slice them. That's all I'm doing, is just slicing them. Nothing. However you put your bell peppers in there, it don't matter. There's no, certain way to do the bell peppers or the onions. If you want more peppers in here, add more peppers. Okay, so I have my bell peppers all chopped up. Let me extend this back some so we can see. Because I'm gonna throw some in to this. Now to make your gravy, you're gonna need some cornstarch or flour, okay? You're gonna need a McCormick's brownie gravy pack. You're gonna need some master gravy. Now if you don't like master gravy, they have that kitchen bonnet. I have not been able to find that because I don't know, I just have not been able to find it. Every time I go grocery shopping, I've been looking for it, and all I see is this master gravy. So I get that. But you use whatever you want to use to, you know, get your gravy thick how you like it. Or you don't have to use it. If the brown gravy pack is going to be enough for you, then by all means. Okay. Okay, this will go in the trash. Okay. So let me show you guys how that look. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic in there because y'all know I love my garlic. So we're gonna go ahead and start on this gravy mix. And you wanna have your oven preheated to 350 degrees. And we're gonna keep these in here for about a good 2.5 hours, okay? Now I'm not through with that yet. So I got 1 tablespoon here. So I'm using 1 tablespoon of flour. I mean the cornstarch. Okay, I'm gonna take my brown gravy pack. And I'm going to pour it right on in here. I'm going to take my master gravy. I'm going to add some in here. And then I'm going to fill it up with some water, you guys. Now you want a good little amount because you know we got to fill our pan, right? So we're going to stir this or whisk it, however you want to do it. To make sure all that cornstarch or flour that you're going to use is up from the bottom. And it has dissolved into this liquid. So I got some beef broth, but I didn't want to open up the beef broth just to get some, you know, a little bit of it out of it because I don't plan on using no beef broth none this week. So I just use water. But if you're making a vegetable that contains beef or pork and you're going to be using it, then you can use some flavor broth besides water to give it more flavor. Okay? Then we're going to take our meat, our sauce, and I'm not going to pour this directly on the meat, okay? I'm going to pour it in the corners of the pan only. I don't want it on the meat. I do it on the corners, all 4 corners of the pan. Now before I do that, I'm going to take some more Worcestershire sauce. Honey, this was a full bottle. I used this Worcestershire sauce last night. And you're talking about something that's going to get your meat tender? Use this Worcestershire sauce. I'm telling you. Oh, we're going to pour some more right on over here. I'm just sprinkling just like this. You just eyeball it. That's a... This is gonna be some fall off smothered ribs. You hear what I say? Okay, so I'm gonna be pouring this into the corners of the pan. And we're not gonna cover the meat. I'm trying to put enough, but I don't want to cover the meat because this is going to be in here for 2.5 hours. So, when doing this, I hope you done had a good breakfast or lunch or whatever it is, you know, and you ain't in a rush to eat, and just let this thing cook slow and low for 2.5 hours. The dinner is done. And then you can just pair it up with whatever you want to cook it with. So I'm doing this smothered ribs, lima beans, rice, cornbread. I forgot the candy yams. I don't think I got any candy yams. So I was gonna do candy yams, but if I ain't got none, we're just gonna have these smothered ribs, lima beans, and rice and cornbread. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the 350-degree oven. I'll be back to show you guys. Let me use all my gravy. So I had some gravy left, so I just use all that. I'll be back to show you guys what this is looking like halfway through the cooking time, so you guys can see what it's looking like. Okay, so I see you guys in about an hour or so. All right, I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I am just now checking on my ribs and they are done, but I don't like, you see how my gravy is? It's kind of like on the watery side, and I want it more like on the thick side. And I can tell you this, that they are tender. Look at this rib right here. Can y'all see it's almost off the bone, how the bone is from the rib? So I know that they tender. Look, there's another one. It's just coming up. They good and tender. But look, this one just broke off. So I like mine. I want my ribs just a little bit more. Let me wash this spoon out, this fork off. I want the sauce, the gravy sauce, I want it to thicken up. I want that gravy. Oh, it tastes good. Damn. Yeah. So over here, I'm gonna take y'all over this way. I added in 2 cups of cornstarch, okay? I'm sorry, I added in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now I'm just gonna take some of this gravy from the sauce, this gravy from the ribs, and I'm gonna add it right on in here and mix it up with a little water, okay? I'm just gonna put a little bit more water into it and just thicken it up. So it's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, or if you're using flour, just 2 more tablespoons if it's not thickened. Okay, y'all see that? So I'm gonna stir this up. Let me add some water to it. Because this has cooked down, as y'all can see. See how low, let me try to show y'all the corner. See that corner, how low it's gonna cook down? And mama tapper's good too. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, that piece of egg was just good. Oh, sorry y'all, that piece I just ate, it was good. But I want that gravy, I want some 40 weight gravy. Y'all feel me? And I'm finna make some. I want this mama tapper thick. Just taking my cornstarch and pressing it up against the wall of the glass here, so let me try with my whisk. And we're gonna put them back in the oven. So they've been in there for an hour already, a little after an hour. I meant to keep up with the time of it. But I know they done been in there a little over an hour. Probably going on 2. I did say it was going to take 2 hours. Because you want to cook them slow and you want to cook them low. Give them time to do what they got to do. And most importantly, you want that gravy to build up. So that's what I'm after right now. This gravy. I think this going to do it this time, y'all. And I'm not pouring it on the meat. Now, I forgot to put my garlic in here. So I'm going to do that in a few minutes. See, look at this bone right here. The one that came off the bone. I told y'all that wash yourselves to get it on. Let me take this bone out here. And I'm going to tip a hot. And it's real without bone in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this gravy up a little bit in here. Just like so. This is what it should be looking like, and it's going back into the oven. Smothered ribs. I gotta go to the store and get some meat. I think I got some. I just need to get some Italian sausage because one day this week I'm gonna do some lasagna. I'm gonna make that before I go to work. So that's gonna be an early recipe but it's not gonna be you know, lasagna take a lot of ingredients, but honey, my lasagna is not gonna be a lot of ingredients. It's gonna be quick, but it's gonna take a little minute to cook because you know you got the no-bake pasta shells that you can put in. But I always already, before they had the no-bake pasta shells, when I made my lasagna, I just put my noodles in. When I'm doing my lasagna, I never did boil them. So by doing them that way, it takes about a little good 2 hours. Because you want those noodles done, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do some lasagna. I'm going to have a lasagna recipe for y'all. And it's not going to be my regular lasagna that I'm going to make for y'all. It's going to be taco lasagna that I'm doing. So I'm coming to y'all and show y'all my recipe for taco lasagna. And that's going to be one day this week. I got to go get some Italian. I got the hamburger. I got 2 packs of hamburger that I'm going to use. Because on the way my husband going to eat this lasagna if it's meaty. It has to be meaty. If it's not meaty, he don't want it. Okay, so that's enough playing around in this right here. I got to go on and put it on back in the oven so it can just do its thing and thicken on up. Y'all see the gravy done got a little thicker now since I added that. So I'm gonna go on and stir in 2 teaspoons here of garlic. And this is totally optional. You guys, you don't have to have garlic in your but I love garlic. Cause I forgot to put it in when I said I was gonna put it in. Yeah, so I'll put it back. I'll put it in when I get it. When I have to check on it. Okay, so I want you guys to see where we's at with that. So I'm gonna take this and put it back into the oven, and then I'll show you this again when everything's plated up. All right, so I'll see y'all. Smothered spare ribs, y'all, 101. See you in a few.